On behalf of the members of the 4th Airlift Squadron, welcome to today's change of command ceremony. As a reminder, please silence or turn off all cell phones and other communications devices. Today's ceremony is considered an indoor event, therefore, military members are not required to wear their covers. However, military members will stand at attention during the playing of the national anthem and render the proper customs and courtesies. All family members, friends, civilian co-workers, and anyone not in uniform should stand and place their right hand over their heart. In the event of an emergency, please take note of the two main exits in the hangar. You have one behind you and the main door up front. Today we pay special tribute to Lieutenant Colonel Timothy Over as he relinquishes command of the 4th Airlift Squadron, and we welcome Lieutenant Colonel Bradley Wills as he assumes command. This ceremony provides an opportunity to witness a time-honored military tradition dating back in history. From ancient times, armies throughout the world have conducted ceremonies to commemorate victory over the enemy, to honor comrades in arms, and to celebrate special occasions such as the change of command. In the Middle Ages, it was not uncommon for soldiers in the field to be unaware of who their commanders were. The formal change of command afforded the troops an opportunity to witness the proceedings and actually see their commanders. All family members, friends, civilian co-workers, please stand and remain standing for the arrival of the official party, the presentation of the colors, the playing of the national anthem, and the offering of the invocation by Chaplain Kit Everett. Present the colors.
Let us pray. Mighty God, we come before you today. It was 2 years ago that I stood here to pray over Lieutenant Colonel Ober's assumption of command. I ask your blessing on this change of command and the passing of leadership from him to Lieutenant Colonel Willis. Lord, with this change of command, I pray you would lead and guide Brad as he moves from DO to commander, taking on the full mantle of leadership here at the 4th. Lord, give him patience when frustrated, strength when weak, tenacity in the face of complacency. Give him ears to hear the issues and eyes to see the solution. In those moments of hesitation and indecision, give him confidence and wise counsel. Touch and bless Kayla as she enters into another season of military life. Be with them both as Brad takes on the timeless position of commander in the months and years ahead. Lord, I thank you for the leadership of Lieutenant Colonel Ober, his management, guidance, and adept ability to navigate mission readiness, inspections, requirements, and all that comes with leading the 4th is what made this unit what it is today. I pray for Brad as he departs here from New Mexico. I pray that you'd guide him and help him in his new position, just as you have here. I pray for Gloria as she transitions from life here at JBLM and the role in the 4th. Be with this couple as they both navigate their next chapter. Be with Jackson, Ethan, Riley, and Lucas. Finally, Lord, be with the mighty 4th as they continue their mission and support their new commander. I pray for all of Team McCord and all those we've sent into harm's way. I pray for unity, strength, and protection. May we never need the full capability of the 4th, but if needed, they stand ready to prevail against all aggression seeking to destroy our nation and the freedom we richly enjoy. In that precious name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain Everett. Please be seated. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce the official party for today's ceremony. Commander, 62nd Operations Group, and the presiding officer for today's ceremony, Colonel Patrick McClintock, accompanied by his wife, Stacy. Outgoing Commander of the 4th Airlift Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Timothy Ober, accompanied by his wife, Gloria, and their children, Jackson, Ethan, Riley, and Lucas. And we would also like to wish a happy birthday to Riley. Incoming Commander of the 4th Airlift Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Bradley Wills, accompanied by his wife, Kayla, as well as many friends and family. We would also like to extend a special welcome to our distinguished visitors. We ask that you please hold your applause until the end. Commander, 62nd Airlift Wing, Colonel Sergio Anaya, and his wife, Angela. Representing the Command Chief, 62nd Airlift Wing, Chief Master Sergeant Derek Hirschfield. Commander, 627th Air Base Group and Deputy Joint Base Commander, Colonel Brandon Sikora. Senior Enlisted Leader, 627th Air Base Group, Chief Master Sergeant John Marquez. Senior Enlisted Leader, 62nd Operations Group, Chief Master Sergeant Jim Cromwell. Commander, 62nd Medical Squadron, Colonel Karen Bowman. We also would like to welcome all commanders, chiefs, first sergeants, community leaders, and the members of Team McCord. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel McClintock.
Thanks, Jared.
Yes, sir.
I'll need my spectacles here, so you have to hang with me. Every time Chaplain Everett gives that invocation, I feel like I want to say what he said and then get off the stage, but thank you for that, Chaplain. You're a great word with words. May the 4th be with you. Good morning. It's great to see so many McCord leaders and advocates of the 4th here today. We're also the only thing that's standing in the way of a world-renowned 35th annual chili kickoff down in the 4th, so you'll want to get your score sheets ready. Sir, Colonel Anaya, Angela, thanks for your leadership over this squadron over the past 4 years. It's really meant, I know, a lot to Tim specifically. Chief Hirschfield, thanks for your support to these airmen and the mission. You've been here a long time, over 2 assignments, and you've always been there for the 4th and the PNAF mission, so I appreciate that. Huge thanks to our Team McCord leadership. This unit's success is dependent on your success. Colonel Sikora, Chief Marquez, the Titans, to Josh and Pat and MX teams, John Tobin, Denise, and our APS professionals. The mission of the 4th doesn't happen without you. This mission specifically wouldn't happen without Colonel Bowman and our medical team. Grateful for you and Dr. Bobnick and your other CMAs for you and your support to ensuring nuclear readiness for this unit. Special thanks to our Prime Nuclear Airlift Maintenance Prep team. To give it context, Each time we launch a nuclear airlift mission, a specially trained maintenance team spends over 96 hours checking the aircraft's systems to ensure its reliability to fly nuclear weapons. That doesn't happen without the leadership of Master Sergeants like Karenko and Sharp. So a huge shout out to them. Lastly, Simpson, Jared, Shirt, Rob, Chief Owens, thank you for your hard work to ensure that this forum is here so that we can recognize these exceptional officers and their families today. Perhaps, speaking of family, perhaps our most distinguished guest, Tim Ober's wife, Gloria, there in the front row. We certainly wouldn't be doing this without you and the kids' support to Tim over the past 2 years. I know Tim is looking forward to spending more time with you, and certainly a happy birthday to Riley. So how about a round of applause for the Obers? Huh? I think it's a 4+1 birthday, not a 5 birthday. But Brad, wow, you've got a fan club here too, buddy. Kayla, thanks for being Brad's rock. You know, so everyone knows. I told Brad and Kayla to take some time off before taking the flag here today, and they said no problem. So they went to hit New Zealand, Japan, Iceland, and Ireland, just to name a few. I'm excited to see where y'all go next. I think you might be a little busy in command, so we'll see. Paul, Deanna, thanks for raising such incredible son and leader. Special shout out to Kayla's folks, Gary and Merritt as well, as the entire Wills and Ramirez family for being here. Brad said flying in the C-17 sim with Maxie and Luca yesterday was the highlight of his week. So great to see you raising some future airlifters and 4th Airlift Squadron members. Today we're really here to celebrate 4 simple but significant things. First, in a few minutes, we'll have some surprise guests join us, and you'll want to get your cameras out if you haven't been to one of these 4th change of commands before. Second, the men and women of the 4th Airlift Squadron, the Fightin' 4th, and their mission, focused yet family-oriented mindset. Third, Colonel Tim Ober's steadfast and compassionate leadership over the past 2 years. Lastly, we'll roll out the red carpet for another incredible leader to take on the role of Fighter 01, Lieutenant Colonel Brad Wills. First, Major Hardstock, please put the formation at ease. What this formation represents, it's a one-of-a-kind team of teams. Over the past 2 years, the fighters executed a flawless Rainier War certification event. From integrated combat turns with F-15s to hot pit refueling, the airmen you see to my left showcased their tactical excellence unlike any squadron in the U.S. Air Force. This was shortly followed by a 6-month deployment, eventually extended to an unprecedented 7.5 months. The Fighting Fourth was at the center of crisis in the Middle East. They truly did it all: unprecedented White House travel and critical support to the national security in the Pacific, South America, Africa, and Europe, just to name a few, as well as the nation's first airlift missions into Israel during the Hamas-Israeli conflict. Thousands of flight hours in just over 7 months. If there's one squadron who has the tenacity, the strength to take on these challenges, it's the Fightin' Fourth. The work of this unit is 24/7, 365-day-a-year commitment. It's serious work, but it's also a family. Just this morning, Sergeant Pritchard's team and Dixie Smart generated orders down in the Ops Center for numerous missions to go out the door. As we speak, there are 12 Fightin' Fourth air crews circumnavigating the globe. This unit truly does it all. Over the past 2 years, the nuclear enterprise entrusts the fighters with the largest airlift of nuclear weapons in history. The country's only nuclear airlift squadron, made up of 44 exceptional crew members. They look to give everyone else the credit. They're true silent professionals. They keep the nuclear airlift engine firing. Unlike any squadron, they coordinate across multiple agencies and bases. What that means on the day-to-day is nothing short of a miracle. If you trace these successes to their origin, all roads lead to the exceptional leader to my left, Lieutenant Colonel Tim Ober. Tim, the halls of the Fourth will forever hold your legacy. You led these teams through thick and thin, leading through numerous nuclear inspections to include the most recent one, where you earned the highest possible rating. Tim has been the centerpiece of this wing and this installation's nuclear readiness. He's also a tactical expert himself and no stranger to leading from the front. Just a little Airlift Squadron 101, the squadron commander oversees the training and upgrade programs for everyone in the unit, but Tim took it a step further. Very rare in our community, Tim held an evaluator pilot rating during his entire time as a squadron commander, often personally responsible for the training and upgrade of dozens of pilots. I asked him what he was most proud of. He didn't hesitate. The people, he said. From day to day, it was no surprise, but Tim was always where his airmen needed him most. From leading local training sorties to taking out missions in command around the world, to flying as a qualified nuclear airlift crew member himself, Tim was proximate to the mission and proximate to the people. This enabled a Herculean fighting Force 01. As a true advocate for the people, Tim felt what his airmen felt, and he didn't hesitate to go to the mat for their needs and the squadron's interests. As we welcome Tim up to the podium, he'll give all the credit away. Tim, the hard work, the heart, the love you put into the fighting fourth will live in infamy. Years from now, as people move on and the mission remains, a legacy of excellence will rattle the halls of Fighter Nation because of what you did here. I think I speak for all the fighters in saying that leadership like yours is rare, but I also know that it comes at a cost. The real hero today is not on the stage. She's in that first row. Gloria, thanks for being patient while we borrowed him. It was an incredible responsibility. We know that your sacrifice and your own support to the Fighting Fourth enabled the 156 people of the unit to shoot for the moon. So thank you. Jackson, Ethan, Riley, Lucas, thank you all for letting us borrow your dad. Like an Avenger, he is a true hero, and we are all better off because of his contribution to this team and this unit. We are excited for your next journey. For the audience, Tim was by name requested to lead the Air Force's nuclear inspection program, so the Obers are off to New Mexico to embark on a new journey. You certainly don't pick the easy jobs, do you? But I'll be the first one to say any organization will be better off with you at the helm. It's Kirtland Air Force's gain and our loss. Transitions are tough, but what makes us lucky today is we get to say goodbye to an exceptional leader while welcoming a new one who has just as much leadership acumen. Lieutenant Colonel Brad Wills is no stranger to the Fighting Fourth. He's in the trenches with the fighters, leading the day-to-day operations. He's already a nuclear certified crew member, and like Tim, leads from the front as an evaluator pilot himself. Brad's skill sets extend far beyond the cockpit. As a legislative liaison, he oversaw the divestment of the C-130H and procurement of the C-130J. Frequently, he briefed the Chief of Staff of the Air Force and members of Congress. He mentioned that it taught him to be an exceptional problem solver and view issues from multiple perspectives. Fighters, you are getting a leader and a superb officer that knows how to navigate the toughest of challenges, and his intelligence and experience will serve you well. Not convinced, he's been a 2-star general's aide-de-camp, competitively selected out of hundreds of officers for a fellowship with House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy. He's been a 135 evaluator pilot, he's done airdrop in Antarctica, he's flown the SecDef around the world, and he's been a special ops air refueling pilot. But most importantly, he lives to serve. When asked what he's most proud of, the people he's had the honor to serve with, learning with them, laughing with them. Fighters, there is no limit to what you can accomplish under his leadership. He's also a loving and supportive husband, and I think Brad would agree, the fighters are getting another rock star in Kayla. Thank you for your love and support to Brad, Kayla, and for pouring your heart into this unit. The fighters are lucky to have you. I couldn't think of a more equipped leader. He'll lead the Fourth through these challenges, and he will take them to new heights, all while taking care of airmen day in and day out. In fact, just as we took the stage, he assured me the 4th Airlift Squadron will certify 2 formation airdrop qualified crews by the end of the summer. Let's go, Brad. We're ready to follow. So before we make this official, we're going to give Colonel Ober one last honor. It characterizes the squadron well and encapsulates Tim's legacy. The Force motto, for those that don't know, is Fly, Fight, Live, Proud, also known as FFLP. So I know we've got some swords and we've got some workhorses in the audience and some horsemen, but I'll ask you to join us and help honor Tim over here. Everyone can join us if they like, but Major Hartstock's going to lead us off. He's going to count to 4, and we'll shout out FFLP. So over to you, Nick. FFLP. So once again, Tim, congrats on a job well done. You ready to do this? All right, let's do it. Publish the order.
Attention to the order. Lieutenant Colonel Timothy D. Ober distinguished himself in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Commander, 4th Airlift Squadron, 62nd Operations Group, 62nd Airlift Wing, Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington. During this period, Lieutenant Colonel Ober was responsible for the welfare of 144 airmen and their families, revitalizing squadron camaraderie, creating a thriving culture of connectedness. Furthermore, he led the squadron through their first AF4Gen available phase, simultaneously generating up to 17 air crews to meet U.S. Transcom requirements, with the squadron flying 24,293 flight hours in support of global operations over a 7.5-month deployment, including support to the Israeli-Hamas conflict. Moreover, Lieutenant Colonel Ober flew over 675 hours during his command and conducted 8 operational mission evaluations, culminating in over 4,444 C-17 flight hours. Finally, as the commander of the sole unit in the Department of Defense tasked with the airlift of nuclear weapons, he trained and equipped forces to conduct all airlift for the B-61 Life Extension Program, while achieving the highest possible rating on the 2025 Nuclear Surety Inspection. The singular, distinctive accomplishments of Lieutenant Colonel Ober reflect great credit upon himself and the United States Air Force. Please be seated. Now let's welcome Lieutenant Colonel Timothy Ober.
Thanks, Jared. All right. Nick, please put the squadron at ease. Thanks to Honor Guard, Chaplain, the planning team, Oliver, Chris, everyone else that helped out. This is amazing. Thanks to the MXG. This is amazing backdrop. 4,000 hours, proud to fly it, and happy to have it here at the end. Colonel Anaya, thank you, sir. I know you didn't hire me, but you kept me, and so I appreciate it. Colonel McClintock, sir, thanks for letting me ride. I wasn't always the best at communicating what I was trying to do, but thanks for letting me try things my way and backing me up. Gloria and I will always be forever grateful for your mentorship and how you supported our family. To the McChord Civilian Mafia, Mort, Oscar, Sean, ER, Julie, Scott, Rebecca, Dan, Neil, Doug, and so many others, you made it easy to get things done. I truly appreciate the relationships that we built over the last decade. To my fellow Ops Squadron commanders, Jeff, Nick, Wolf, Ryan, Stewie, Paul, I've appreciated serving alongside you more than you'll know. Keep up the good fight. To the Fighting Fourth, wow. You are the best. You made my time as commander amazing, and I'll never forget it. I was excited to drive into work every day. Maybe that was because I'd already had 4 cups of coffee at that point, but I was excited to see you. I absolutely love flying with you, playing pickleball and board games, and getting stuck on the road in cool places and not so cool places. I couldn't have dreamed of anything better than commanding the Fighting Fourth. You're the real deal. There's something special about the 4th Airlift Squadron. Call it connectedness, vibe, FFLP. It's a place that people want to be. Keep your heads up and keep taking care of each other. To my execs, I joke that the admin always took care of itself, but I know there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work. I also blame you for my Celsius addiction. Brad, congrats. You're going to love it. Just hang on and trust the squadron. They'll take care of you. Kayla, welcome to the Fighting Fourth. To my kids, Jackson, Ethan, Riley, and Lucas, thanks for sharing me with the Fourth. I know I missed a few bedtimes and soccer games. And Riley, you always shared your birthday with a chili cook-off. Happy birthday. Thanks for being good sports about it. I love you guys. Gloria, the only reason I could even do this job was because of you. You supported me every time I wanted to go fly or when I had to work late. You encouraged me the whole way and never complained about the hard parts. Thank you for your endless support and loving me well. I love you. All glory to God for his goodness and faithfulness. If I did anything well in this job, it was only by the grace of God who enabled and taught me to love and serve people. I'm sorry if I missed any thank yous, but this has been the absolute highlight of my career, and I will always have fond memories of my time at McCord. Thank you, and FFLP.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Ober. The members of the 4th Squadron understand that success is a team effort, and we want to recognize the invaluable contributions of Lieutenant Colonel's wife, Gloria. Her dedication and support have been vital to the Squadron family. Thank you for everything you've done for the 4th family. The 4th Airlift Squadron is unique in its heritage and traditions. One of the more exceptional traditions to the Fightin' Fourth are the squadron mascots, Tunner and Mac. Tunner and Mac have been part of the 4th for over 20 years. While the original mascots are no longer with us, they are safely in donkey heaven. The successors have been with us long before Lieutenant Colonel Ober took command. They can be found attending squadron picnics, annual chili cook-offs, and appear in many official squadron photos. Tradition states that the individual who controls the mascots controls the squadron. And now, Lieutenant Colonel Ober will relinquish control of Tunner and Mac to Lieutenant Colonel Wills.
I relinquish Tunner and Mac.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Ober. At this time, the members of the 4th Airlift Squadron will say farewell by honoring Lieutenant Colonel Ober with a final salute as their squadron commander. Now, please stand for the change of command ceremony in which the reins of responsibility will be passed from Lieutenant Colonel Ober to Lieutenant Colonel Wills.
Publish the order.
Department of the Air Force, Headquarters, 62nd Airlift Wing, Special Order Number G2503, dated March 4th, 2025, under the provisions of the Department of the Air Force Instruction 51509, effective April 4th, 2025. Lieutenant Colonel Timothy D. Ober relinquishes command of the 4th Airlift Squadron and Lieutenant Colonel Bradley R. Wills appointed to command. Signed, Colonel Patrick McClintock, 62nd Operations Group Commander.
Sir, I relinquish command.
Please be seated. At this time, the 4th Airlift Squadron will render their first salute to Lieutenant Colonel Wills. I present the commander, 4th Airlift Squadron, Lieutenant Colonel Bradley Wills.
Nick, please put the formation at ease. As been stated earlier, I am in the way of you guys and the 35th annual chili cook-off, so I will keep my comments brief, but a few thank yous are in order. First, I give all thanks and all glory to God, from whom all things are possible. To my wife, Kayla, you are my rock. You are incredible. I'm so proud of you. Thank you for going on this adventure with me. Thanks for having all the grace for me and putting up with my stuff. I love you. To my family and friends in the audience, a lot of you traveled pretty far to get here. I'm so grateful that you could attend and share this special moment with us. Thank you for your love, support, and influence on my life. Colonel Anaya, sir, thank you for your servant leadership and example of unwavering commitment to the core values. I'm truly humbled, and thank you for this confidence and opportunity to serve the fighters and their families. Colonel McClintock, sir, thank you for your kind words. Thank you for your mentorship, trust, and support. You have a way of connecting with our airmen and leading that is truly inspiring. I'm thankful for the opportunity to work for you, sir. Tim, I'm blessed to have served you as your DO for the last year, but I'm truly more blessed for your friendship. You left a lasting mark on this squadron and some big shoes to fill. All the best to you, Gloria, and the kids as you go on the next adventure. Colonel Thompson and the maintenance group, you guys are busting it, rain or shine, to keep us flying. And I know it's a lot to get a jet like this ready in the background, so thank you for that. It's truly a special moment to share with our family and friends. Appreciate that. Fellow commanders, chiefs, and leaders in attendance, there's a lot of you that I've worked with over the last few years. Thank you for just continuing to teach me. I've learned from a lot of things from all of you over the course of our efforts together. Thanks for what you do for Team McCord and the airmen here and getting after the mission. It's an honor to serve with you. To all those who made this event happen, it takes a lot to make something like this happen. Chris, Oliver, Jared, Sarah, Isabella, Chaplain Averett, Honor Guard, Wing Protocol, Rob, the audio expert in the back, Chief Owens, Sergeant Cullum, escorts, setup volunteers, Dano for bringing the donkeys in, and others behind the scenes. A huge thank you to all of you. Finally, to the Fighting Fourth. Today's a change of command, but it's business as usual. As is often is the case, today we have many teammates that are all over the world hacking the mission. They're doing our nation's work, and there'll surely be many more missions to come. I've been blessed to serve with you guys over the last year as your DO, and I'm humbled by the opportunity to serve you as your commander. Continue to take care of yourself, your families, and each other. You are all unique and talented. You come from different backgrounds and experiences and bring to the table things that only you can do. Our nation needs you, and we must remain ready. Continue to show up ready to do your JOB each day. Responding to world chaos with confidence requires a lot, and our nation demands much. But you prove every day that you're up to the task. Lastly, continue to represent our brand. We are blessed with the opportunity to write the next chapter of the United States Air Force's oldest airlift squadron, 90 years in the making. What an honor it is to be part of that legacy. Fly, fight, live proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Wills. Knowing that success requires coordinated effort, the members of the 4th Airlift Squadron would like to thank Lieutenant Colonel Wills' wife, Kayla. We are delighted and welcome to have you join our family. The members of the 4th Airlift Squadron are proud to have served with Lieutenant Colonel Ober as their commander. We welcome Lieutenant Colonel Wills as he assumes his new duties as Squadron Commander. Please stand for the playing of the Air Force song and the departure of the official party. Thank you all for attending today's ceremony. There will be a reception in the back of the room honoring Lieutenant Colonel Wills and his family immediately following the ceremony. Please remain in place until the family and guests have departed. Have a great Air Force Day.